Hi everyone, my name's Paul Moody and today I'm going to teach you how to play Do It Again by the Beach Boys.
It's automatic when I talk with old friends. The conversation turns to girls we knew when their hair was soft and long and the beard so long. Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now.
Okay, so in today's video I'm going to cover all the guitar parts. So you've got kind of like rhythm chord based, and you've got rhythm kind of lead based, if you like, and then you've also got the guitar solo. So we'll cover all of the sections, and we're going to start off with the chords. So you've got an E flat, A flat, and a B flat. And then there's just a few different chords for the bridge, but for the majority of the song it's these three chords, but we'll get to the bridge shortly. So there's kind of like two guitar parts for these chords, if you like. One is literally playing the chords like kind of more towards the power chord, if you like, so the lower end of the strings. So like for the E flat, so you're not palm muting or anything, you keep it open, just gently playing through. So it's along those lines. And then the other guitar is palm muting and just doing the same chord area but the rock and roll riff. So there I've got the A and the D string being played whilst palm muted. Obviously you've got the E flat area, so you bar in the sixth, those two notes, and then you're popping your little finger up onto the 10th there. So and then it's the same shape, but you jump to the A flat, and then B flat, and then back to the E flat bit. So that's all the three chords. So you can either do the first one, or you can do the palm muting. But yeah, they're the two kind of guitar parts. I saw them do it like that live on a video, so I'm just basing it off that really. But then back to the chords. So when it gets to the bridge is where you just change it slightly, you just do a few different chords. So you've got A flat, and then you can play through them properly now. So C minor, then F minor, back to A flat, then a G minor 7, and then here you've got an A flat with a B flat in the bass, which sounds more complicated than it is, but essentially you just bar in the first fret, ignoring the low E, so you just bar from the A, and you're kind of playing all the strings in between the two. So don't do the two end strings, you want just these two, these lot, sorry. So after that chord, you then do a B flat 7, which therefore, look, you're already in position. Just plonk your third finger down on the third fret of the D, and little finger down on the third fret of the B. And you just keep playing that. So if you're doing the chord version of the two guitar parts, you just start doing that. Or alternatively, you can jump up to there, which is what I did in my cover, but I just prefer the sound, that's all. And then obviously, if you're doing the rock and roll riff, so you go into the, and it kind of builds up on that for ages, leading into the solo. But yeah, so we'll just play through the bridge part now, all the way through. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope that makes sense. Throughout the solo, rhythm-wise, you're just following the verse and chorus again. So those three shapes. And then that's it in terms of the rhythm parts. So that's the whole song covered. So now we'll get on to the solo. Okay, so for the solo, you're actually going to put the capo on the 3rd fret. And the reason is it makes one of the ending riffs just easier, because you basically end on an open C. We'll get to that. So capo on the 3rd fret, then your starting note you're going to do twice on the 11th fret on the high E string. And then you do a bend on the 14th of the B string to match that note. So then you come back and press just the 14th on its own on the B. So then you go 3 times back on this 11th fret again with the E. So therefore, then you're going to do a little rundown here. So you go 14th fret on the little finger, then 13th with the 3rd finger, and then back to the 1st finger at the start again. You do that twice. So therefore, this next bit is kind of playing 2 strings at the same time each bit. So you've got, if you flatten your 1st finger on the 11th, on the E and B, play them 2 together. Then same thing but on the 14th, back to the 11th, then move down 2 strings so that you're flattening the 13th on the G and B, same thing but on 11. Then as you go on to 11, you hammer on with your 2nd finger onto 12 on the G string. So and then eventually you go onto the D string, and then you repeat that little bit again, so just the, and as you come back to that D, you're going to play it again, so 2 times on the D string on the 2nd time round, and then once on 11, just on the D string. So I'll just play that slowly, just so we're all on the same page. So that's all kind of the bit up here now, and I'll just go from the top, just so we're on where we're up to. So it's after 3. 1, 2, 3. Now moving on to the next bit, kind of basically an A flat if you're talking bar chords, but I just do it as a half chord. So that's if you're talking from the capo, you've got 3rd fret with your 3rd finger on D, and 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of G, and then 1st finger flattens the last 2 on the 1st fret. So basically that. So you've just done that bit, then you go, then you push the slide on, if we're talking without the capo, fret 8 of the D string. 3 times playing that. Then you do a bend on 10 on the G string, back down, maybe a half bend. And then you're coming up to the end now, so that goes. Then this last bit, you kind of do a joint bend here, so your 2nd finger's on the 2nd fret of the G string, talking from the capo, and then your third finger's on the 3rd fret of the B string, and you do a little bend with both if you can. And then you're going to just, after that, so first finger on the first fret of the B. But you still play the G and B string, so. And then you kind of swap this shape. So as you're doing that one, you're moving these into position. And that is third fret on the D with your third finger, and then second fret with the G on your second finger. So. This last bit, hammering on first onto second of the D string whilst playing the G string at the same time. So two middle strings. And then you just jump, as you hammer down, you're already moving your third finger onto here because you're making the C chord to bring it out. That's the end of the solo. So then after 3, then that last phrase, 1, 2, 3. So that's the solo. We'll now try playing along. I'll do it nice and slow. So from the start, after 3, 1, 2, 3. And we'll just do it one more time, a bit quicker, maybe matching the speed of the record. So, 1, 2, 3. And there you go, that's how I play the solo. So there you go, that's how to play Do It Again by the Beach Boys. Hope this video helped. Please give it a thumbs up if it did. I also have my virtual tip jar in the description below, so if you wanted to say thanks with a donation, any size donation is greatly appreciated, so thank you very much. And lastly, go check out my cover of this song. It'll be at the end of this video. Really hope you enjoy it, and it's great to play along to as well. So thank you so much, and see you all soon for a new video. Cheers!
It's automatic